This goes down.
You're listening to the Hookup Garage Podcast
with me, Angel Aldana.
and I'm Bo Turner. Alright, we had to take a week off after our first episode because of some legal issues. Apparently, a few of Angel's ex-girlfriends called in and complained and took legal action.
Fuck them.
You did, didn't you?
You can't get blood out of a turnip, man.
And you can't polish a turd.
Mm-mm.
Alright.
Well, we came in with a local song from a band who we grew up around going to backyard shows in Baldwin Park, California. Their name was Used and Abused, and that song was Disco's Dead.
Great fucking song.
Yeah, long live rock and roll. Yeah, they were part of the scene that was playing a lot when we were kids, and they were a little bit older than us. And we looked up to them a lot, or at least I did. I don't know about Bo. Bo's a piece of shit, but...
We got to play with them once, didn't we? Like when it was just you, me, and Keith?
I don't even remember that.
We played... Oh, that was the night that Israel was like, why are you bringing your Stratocaster out, dude?
I don't remember that. What did he tell you?
He was like basically telling me like, how can you bring your Stratocaster out, man? Like I wouldn't do that at a backyard show. And I was like, well, it's like buying a nice car, dude. I'm not gonna not drive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm playing that fucker.
Well,
But I dig what I totally.
The backyard shows full of dirt and fucking little drunk kids and shit and thieves. I've had my guitar stolen at a show before, and
when did that happen?
Fuck, I don't remember how old I was, but it was that pearl color, that off white.
Was it stolen in the Celica?
Yeah, it was in my Celica. They broke into my Celica and they took it, and I was fucking pissed. My uncle was even more mad at me, but I think he kind of held it in for later. You know, when it was quiet time with me and Uncle.
I love those times. Right? Try the wine.
Try the wine. Here, have another glass.
But talking about BPHC, like, I came into it way later than you. Obviously, you were in it when I was a kid. I came in on the ass end. I got to see a lot of those cool bands when I was still playing some shit, alt fucking metal, whatever the fuck band.
Shout out to Abyss.
Yeah, man, what is a bliss? I thought it was going to be Abyss at first, but you know what I mean? I don't fucking know.
It's just one bliss.
That was a weird time. We're talking about BPHC, not BP Shitty C. I'm just kidding, Steve Dredd. I love you wherever you are. I got your tattoo on me.
Yeah. Shout out to Victor. We're going to do this is a shout out episode. We're just going to talk about all the old people that we sang with.
Shout out to Victor from Los Vatos.
Ooh, yeah, no.
And Mr. Nasty himself.
Yeah. The bands that we were playing around, or I was playing around as a youth and looking up to were like Los Vatos, Timmy Cumstain, Peeping Pervs, which you'll be hearing in just another moment or two.
Used and Abused, of
Used
course.
And Abused, fucking Cagas Palos. No, I'm kidding. No, they came later.
Yapo.
Yapo. Well, Yapo's old school as fuck.
Yeah.
And James will remind you that every fucking time you talk to him about hardcore or go on his fucking Instagram. So shout out to you, Mr. Yapo.
And then, of course, Baldwin Park Disasters.
Oh, yeah. I got the opportunity to play with them for a little while. Good people.
You played drums and guitar for them, right?
Yeah, man. It just happened that way. The people come and go in that band because...
mostly family, though. That's nice, though.
Yeah, no. They're cool. Lupe and Eddie.
Shout out to Lupe and Eddie.
Yeah, and all their kids and their grandchildren. Fucking you old motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. Now, I always referred to them as like the punk rock uncle and aunt that I never had. Yeah, they always, they were really cool.
Yeah, nobody in my family was ever really into punk rock, so... Well, my sister kind of, but, you know how that worked out.
Yeah. I mean, with that big old dick and all, it probably gets in the way.
Well, I mean, shit, it's huge.
Shout out to Roxanne and her big dick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, we decided to start this show off with this topic because I recently got inspired to write a song in Spanish, and it reminded me of the song Cerdos Politicos by Peeping Pervs.
Which translates to...
Political pigs, if you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, and when you were telling me the lyrics earlier in English, that's a fucking epic song.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's just basically a fuck the cop song. And and it's definitely a classic. I remember being at a show out on Fraser Street, and they were playing that song in particular when the cops got there, or they might have played it after the cops had already arrived. And instead of stopping, of course, we thought we were cool, and it started playing anyway. And the helicopter eventually came over, and they started playing that song. And they were shining the light down on the pit, and everybody was pitting. And it was like fucking. I'll never forget that night, man. It was like one of the nights that I was just like, wow, this is.
That was definitely one of those nights that my mom didn't let me go out.
She let me go out that night. She was.
That was the night I was with Stephanie.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, those were some fun times.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Yeah.
The black ex-stripper who took my virginity.
Jesus Christ.
Not in that order.
Does it matter? Does it matter that she's black, Bo? Come on.
Well, no, it matters that she was half Mexican.
Oh, okay. It's true. All right, so we'll get to it. This next song is, like I said, Cerdos Politicos
by the Peeping Pervs.
The Peeping Perverts of Baldwin Park. You can look them up on YouTube. Just type in Peeping Pervs. They have a YouTube page, and you can find about 7 songs of theirs. All right, enjoy.
That was an awesome song. It was really good. I fucking love that shit.
Flashbacks to every time.
I remember seeing them play a couple times when I was a kid, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Then I looked back at the band I was in, and I was like, I am not doing what I love.
Oh, hey, man. Here, speaking of shout-outs, we're going to go back to that one last time. Promise this is the last one. Fucking Luciano, singer and guitarist of Peeping Pervs.
Had the pleasure of meeting him a few times. That was really cool.
Yeah, he recently had twins. I think maybe...
No shit.
Yeah, I invited him to play for the residency for the band that should not be named. And he was in New York, and he was going to be coming down for the holidays. And I told him, hey, why don't you see if the guys are down to fucking play a show? I'm throwing one of the nights, and it's going to be punk, and that'd be fucking a dream if you guys played, you know? You guys were guys I looked up to a lot. And he couldn't make it because he announced to me, before he announced to everybody else, that he was going to have twins. His wife was expecting, so congratulations to them.
Fucking twins, man.
Yeah, he's one of the only guys from the hood that
has twins
and got it. No, he got his degree and like stuck with politics and stuff and like culture. He's like excuse me, I couldn't tell you exactly what his bachelor or major is in, but I know it's something to do with Mexican American shit and fucking culture, and I respect that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not.
Oh, your sister got something like that too.
Yeah, she got a major or minor in Afro-American studies and then Chicano studies too. Basically, shit that you're not gonna make money off of.
Yeah. Womp womp.
But honestly, like I've met Luciano a couple times. I hung out with him, Edgar. I got drunk with him and Edgar a few times, like when I was younger. He was a really cool cat, dude. From what I remember, like I doubt he remember me at all, but really cool dude.
Fucking he's really cool. I seen him roll a joint with one hand one time, dude.
That's epic.
Yeah.
All right, we talking like he obviously had to use the other hand to put the weed in.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, he didn't just like. Yeah, no, he's not a fucking magician.
Break it up, fucking pack it all with one hand.
Roll it with his hand, kind of just like with his two fingers right here. his pinky and his ring finger. For
That
those
is-
of you who cannot see me, and he just kind of like positioned it by the pit. And
That
like
is
I was like,
epic.
what the fuck is this guy doing? And then he kind of pulled. It was not the best joint ever. I could probably roll a better one with my eyes closed, but fuck, dude, he did it and we smoked it. So, fucking A. If you can do that, send in a video and we'll post it. Because our last podcast got hundreds of thousands of listens. We gotta thank you guys again for that.
We tried to get back to everybody and write back to all the positive, great feedback we've been getting. You know what the thing is? We can't get back to all of you, but we just want you to know your voices have been heard.
We love you guys, and you know what? Let's not forget our main message.
Bring home the troops.
Bring home the troops. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Also, just a reference back from the last podcast, I did check out Yes Please Porn, or Porn.
Yes,
wait,
porn, please.
Yes Porn, please.
You didn't.
I did.
I know you.
Swear to God. Because look at one of my favorite porn stars. Is
Today or just ever?
Ever? Yeah, ever. Like in history, like
Okay.
who I like to touch myself to.
Yeah.
Besides your mother is
Fuck you.
Lily Love.
Lily Love. They have her on there. I didn't
They
even
have
Is she
plenty.
still working?
They have, yeah, I think so. I'll give her agent a call. They have more on that site than out of the hundreds of porn sites that I've been on.
It's free, and I told you it's full videos.
And they have full videos, and it's not cut, and like,
Dude.
oh, go to this site if you want to watch the rest. And I'm like half wank, dude. It's like, dude, I can't even type like that. My fingers are all slippery.
You've seen fucking
I'm out of breath.
They advertise all the time a Brazzers house. Basically, it's like a fucking, I don't know, like one of those shitty, I guess Big Brother type competitions, but for porn stars. You know what I mean? Where they're all living in one house and they all do challenges and stupid shit. It's pretty good, man. Like fucking.
Really?
I mean, it's a little weird. You know,
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of broken people.
oh man, I
No offense, I would do it too.
No, I heard some shit like on a Bill Burr podcast recently. It was talking about somebody wrote in about how they were dating a porn star and shit, and how you handle it and whatnot. And you know what? The funny thing that came to my mind was, anytime like a breakup happens or some shit, or like, when a dude sees another dude like that's with his ex chick, there's always like that shit talking thing like, hey dude, how's my dick taste and whatnot.
Right.
Well, it's like, bro, you tasted your own dick after making out with her, didn't you? Like,
Yeah.
you tasted somebody else's dick. That's probably like the most stupidest argument ever. You know what I mean? I don't play that shit out at all, dude. Like, porn stars, like, especially like when it comes to that like thing, like you could tell like they are way
Past that, yeah.
more open sexually, all this shit.
Right.
And it's funny, and I don't mean to bring the race thing into this, but
Oh. Uh-oh.
it's awesome to see black porn stars, because these fuckers will DP a chick, and a lot of black dudes I've met are really homophobic, and these guys are damn near rubbing balls against each other.
the
You know
same
what
thing with
Doing their
Mexicans,
thing.
though. I mean,
big time,
It
big
has
time.
to do with the family and shit, and just like
But like to be able,
it's not accepted.
that's why I say, like, you know what I mean, like I give props to the men men of porn.
All right. Hopefully we can get in. This will be our.
I can't work on camera. We know that. Off camera maybe. POV style. Fuck it.
Dude, we should try it tonight. Just you and me.
Oh man. Wait, are we just gonna like film each other jerking off, or?
Hold on, we're gonna hit pause so we can talk about this. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, fucking.
You know what though?
I can hear what you're saying though. I understand that.
Sorry, we're getting a little off subject though. Back to the what's it called again? The song.
Cerdos Politicos.
Cerdos Politicos.
There you go.
I really like the idea. Like, it kind of makes me like, it makes me want to write a song basically. As a fuck you to the hippies. Like, we deal with a lot of the activists that preach revolution and whatnot. They do this, and in the end they have no after plan.
Right. Yeah. No. I think I watched Reggie Watts interview where he kind of talks about that. It's like all these people want to talk about all the problems, and you know what, that is part of it. You got to point out the problems if you're gonna try to figure out how to solve them, or at least put them in the light so people start thinking, because it's not one person's gonna figure this all out, right? If it ever does. But yeah, nobody ever fucking thinks about.
I mean, if they do,
the end game, like the finishing fucking, like what you're gonna put in place after you establish.
I think there is the idea of
reform.
that though, but I think it gets lost in the heat of everything.
Right. Because
I
it's
don't
not organized.
I don't want to jump into it and say it goes back to what we were talking about. Imperfect allies. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have people that help you out in a revolution that are gonna have their own agenda and whatnot.
Right.
But still,
Like what you're talking about Che Guevara and.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Look at Che. What happened with him and Fidel? That did not turn out the way Che wanted it at all. That thought it was between him and Fidel. You know,
Fidel,
what they did with Cuba. That did not turn out the way he wanted to at all.
Right.
And in the end, he left because he was a revolutionary. Right. He didn't want to sit down for the fucking reformation and whatnot. What's he end up doing? Fucker goes to Bolivia and gets killed.
Yeah. Now we were talking about it. I think he realized when he got there. I read something about the execution of him and all that. That he was he was just sent there with like zero hope. He thought he had hope, but when he got there, he realized that there was like no hope. It was like a suicide mission.
Yeah, basically. Well, they didn't want to fight.
Yeah,
they didn't want to fight. Then we're back to last week's or the last episode discussion. We were talking about Godfather Part 2. Remember what Michael says when he's talking about the rebels?
Yeah.
He saw the guy grab a fucking grenade and explode in his chest, and he took out one commanding officer out of the whole entire like army.
Yeah.
And it's like, what does he tell the guy? The guy says to him, Michael, what does that tell you? Michael replies, they can win.
Yeah.
Because they're not paid to fight. They're doing it because it's passion. You know? If you don't have that, that's why the whole entire Contra Wars, like South America, when Reagan tried to go against the communists in South America. We tried to arm the Contras to make them fight against the communists. They didn't want to fight.
Hey, you want to know something that you never knew about me? I shot Reagan. Song cues. Okay.
Do it again and again and again.
All right. That's a good point. I mean,
all right. Granted,
Che,
Che was a fucking murdering bastard, though.
But like, you have to, man. Like we've come so far that people have done such greater atrocities to mankind, or society as a whole, and they do it in silence, so that we're all quiet. There's no way that we can accomplish anything to overcome that without killing those motherfuckers.
I'm not knocking the extremities at all.
Yeah.
Kill them all. In the end, if you were to start a revolution, as long as the powers that be are still going, even if all chaos were just ensue, as long as the powers that be still have some form of reference or some way to get back in power, we're all gonna end up being distracted and back to square one. Again, I don't mind the life of leisure. I like not worrying. But again, maybe that's the fucking problem.
Yeah, no, that is. I mean,
and that's what.
Maybe you should follow some of these crust punks, man, and just stop showering and.
I'm sorry, I've smelt myself without showering.
You're not that bad,
bro. I love the invention of deodorant. I'm sorry, I do.
That's what it is.
Cologne's alright, but I mean, even still, when you're trying to hook up with a hot crust punk rock chick, she don't care if you smell like pussy. She'll call you a pussy.
I have yet to find that out, actually, now that I think about it.
I'm kidding. It's never happened to me.
Is that a weird thing, man? I've never been with a really a
hardcore punk chick.
Like a punk chick,
I guess you could say I have.
I've been with a kind of couple, but not really been with them,
Yeah, fucked is one thing.
Yeah. Having sex is one thing, but I hooked up with a couple maybe if I can remember, but I definitely have never been in a relationship with them.
I honestly would love a short skirt, fucking, I'm talking the old school punk mini skirt, fucking, bullet belt.
That's old school. I thought the old school ones just fucking the dudes.
Oh, those are the other ones, I guess.
Those are real old school. You're younger, I think.
I'm talking, fucking the sluts that we women that we used to see in the punk rock scene when I was younger and you were kind of older.
Yeah, I mean at that age it counted more.
When I was much younger and you were much older.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like I was so much older than you at that time. No, I understand what you're saying though. Oh, god damn those girls.
And all of them had a nice ass too. Well, for the most part, this was before they were all tweakers. Before
I got to all of them.
Yes.
Just kidding. And hold for edit. And we're back. Okay. Isn't that a crazy thing? And people talk about punk rock being generic or just dramatic, and it's definitely lost its edge. I mean, whereas before there was talk of change and actual actions toward change, and even if it was fucking really done sloppily, which I think even the fools back then can agree, they could have done a better job and been less like a little kid about it. It's something that no other music kind of brings, especially nowadays even. There's very little politics in music that still exists, and even though punks are now known for just partying and fucking you know, just being fucking over the top, fucking dressed and all that, and you know what I mean? It still has that element. I like to think that this conversation right now kind of shows that, you know, we do care. I mean, I won't go out as much to say and call us like punks or whatever, but I consider the music that we play is definitely not fucking anything else but that.
It's punk rock from the get go.
Yeah, it's just something that we all grown up with and we believe in, and I don't need to justify anybody what I feel about that, but I mean, we talk about this shit and it's definitely something that we really believe in. So
I think the thing is just that
give me a label.
There's a lot of talk and fucking not a lot of walk, man.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And we're sitting here talking about this all we want. We could spread the word, but in the end, what are we really doing?
Well, what else could we do? I mean,
very true, very true. I mean,
throwing rocks at a brick wall right now. I'm gonna fucking. What am I gonna throw? My beer bottles at the motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah, because we've seen how good that works out in the past, right? I mean,
yeah,
shit.
No shit.
I think the idea of like music being a revolution in art, I think it's a wrong thing to turn to when it comes to revolution.
Right.
Just because of the plain fact that it's got commercialized, dude. Come on, the song "Revolution" by the Beatles has been in fucking iPhone commercials everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
these great.
They even put Misfits on a fucking Sailor Jerry's commercial.
You know what I mean? Like these songs that are meant to stand for something that's like a fuck you to society. Society has turned into a cash cow against it, and they learn how to market it, and we're slaves to it.
We just have to remember that when it comes down to that stuff, music is only going to be something for fucking what it's supposed to be. You know, a little break in your day where you fucking realize the beauty in what's left of fucking this world, and not just some fucking.
But I just think like you can't. I don't think it's fair to put so much pressure on music in the sense that music is going to change the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you have to remember that it's like a thing that you come back to at the end of the day.
I think it can bring people together.
You remember your humanity, and the carefree life that we should have, and we never will have. Pessimistic. Yeah. So let's move on to our next subject with that. Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, Bo?
It was good.
How's the Godfather?
I actually watched it by myself because, you know, my parents are divorced now. Have been for years. Womp womp. Yeah, I didn't really do shit, dude. I woke up early, got a little buzz, fed my dog, did some laundry, headed over to my dad's pad, had prime rib and garlic mashed potatoes, which was fucking great. Had like a second piece after that, you know, just a little like slither of steak and a little bit of taters. Filled up, dude. I was fucking full. I was a full motherfucker yesterday. Had a few beers.
3 meals, man. I mean,
throughout the day,
just breakfast. Had a good breakfast, and then I was munching. Like in between that, I had about 3 pieces of pumpkin pie. And
do you always do like the traditional like Thanksgiving food when you guys have it, or what?
Yeah, mashed potatoes, stuffing. We do this thing called chop chop, where they basically get cabbage, a bunch of other vegetables that are kind of like weird tasting. And they chop it the fuck up till it's like almost mince, and then you put it on the side. It's almost like a Mexican coleslaw, almost like. Yeah. And you know, the turkey, of course, and fucking we do cream corn, and yeah. I mean, my family's always been good at cooking. They take a lot of pride in it. So,
you know, we've never been about like the whole turkey thing and traditional shit. Like when we were kids, my parents were still together, and we would go.
It's really easy to make it dry.
Yeah. Like when we would go to like my mom's mom's house, my dad's like parents' house, we'd start the day off with just breakfast. And my dad, I'll never forget for a few years what he would always do is he'd buy like the ground sausage up and make these fucking sick ass patties. You know what I mean? Like huge, like down to burger size. You know what I mean? Fucking have those, some eggs, potatoes. You know what I mean? Big hearty breakfast. Then the rest of the day, just you know.
Your dad's always been good with sausage, man.
I mean, fuck, dude, the guy's hung like a fucking Pringles can.
Mr. Turner. This isn't a shout out because we ran out, but send us pics.
I don't. I've got the images burned into the back of my head.
Dad dicks are the biggest, man. What was that?
It's true. I forgot who said that, but it's
for college.
You know what? I'm telling you, after seeing my dad's dick growing up, and then realizing my mom is I'm half Mexican because my mom and she's like 5 something. My dad's like 6'3", 300 pounds almost. With like I said, a Pringles can for a dick.
Yeah.
I blame him every day for not marrying or hooking up a bigger Mexican because, goddammit, I am too, like, I will never measure up to that fucker's dick. I can admit that.
I thought you were going to say, I blame him every day for the way that my mom walks. That's a lot of fun. I'm just kidding.
I blame him every day for the way I walk.
Yeah. Oh, hey-o. Laugh track.
Kidding.
All right, so...
Back to my dad's dick.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to work in the evening, but...
Oh, you and me both, man.
Oh, yeah, well, you worked in the morning, but like 2 a.m. morning.
Yeah, I still think that's fucked up that you had to work on Thanksgiving, though.
That's all right. We were raised by old people, so we eat fucking dinner at like 2, 3, and we, it leaves time for Matlock and a nice little nap before bed, and then...
Up in time for Jag.
Mm-hmm. Up in time for Jag. They redid MacGyver.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God, they did
new actors and whatnot?
Yeah, and a whole new fucking thing. My mom was watching. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Jesus.
Shows MacGyver. And the guy, he kind of resembles the guy that played MacGyver. Let's talk about this guy. I'll put the picture up. This MacGyver, the original actor, he was an ugly white guy.
Yeah, you can say
with a
that,
fucking
man.
mullet.
I never got into MacGyver, but I know what you're talking
And
about.
the bitches loved him. Oh, excuse me. The ladies loved him. And let's reference the old podcast again. The old one, way back when. Is because he was a fucking crafty guy who was getting shit done. And then he was also very nice.
Well, alright, you look at people like Sean Connery and shit like that from that time period. Well, like 70s, right? 70s, even
That was the 80s,
early
man.
80s, early 80s,
80s, 90s.
70s, 60s. There was Hollywood hot was different, man. Like the whole entire like chiseled jawline, you know what I mean?
Right.
All
men,
that shit.
The men looked more like,
look more like men nowadays.
Hard edged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I guess the beard made a comeback, but I don't really think the beard. It's not really a comeback
But
thing. I think.
You know what though? With the beard though, it just makes guys look manlier. I mean, you see guys take off their beard, and you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
but then you see those
Kinda
guys that
connect.
get their shit groomed and whatnot. It's like, bro.
Oh well, whatever. And one of my good friends used to get his eyebrows done all the time, and he'd tell me to go do it because I have fucking caterpillars for eyebrows. But yeah, I said that I hate on it. I mean, whatever. You like to look good, is
No, I don't fucking hate on people who like to look pretty. That's cool, me. I used, dude, when I was a kid, I'd spend a lot of time with my mom and my sister because my dad was at work. My dad would work late. And if they went to go get their eyebrows done, they would go and they'd take me with them. After a while, I'd get bored sitting there and they'd be like, hey, Bo, look at getting a unibrow there. You want to get your eyebrows waxed? Fuck it.
I just do this.
Sucked ass. Yeah,
I just tug at them in the middle of my fingers, and whatever comes out while I do it comes out, and then I'm like, all right, cool. My unibrow is somewhat acceptable.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the unibrow with some tweezers now, but
I just did.
waxing,
I just did right now. Fucking weeks of grooming right now
shit.
on the podcast. Look at that.
It looks good too.
Thanks.
You have brows.
So yeah, no, we just kind of chilled out all day, and then when I went to work, I went and did that. But
oh, you said you watched The Godfather Part 2 with the family, right?
yeah, no, I was explaining it to one of my little cousins. He was kind of asking because it kind of leads into the story, and watch part 1, but I just want to watch part 2 because it's a little bit more fast paced. There's more things going on.
Hell yeah.
The other ones are more of a build up, and De Niro. I just felt like watching him. Oh yeah, Bo sent me this clip on Instagram, and maybe we'll put it up on
maybe the audio.
Yeah, we'll put up on our Instagram or something. I'll make something funny out of it, and it's basically the
auditions, the casting auditions. De Niro, we talked about it last time. De Niro did audition for other parts. They have the footage of him auditioning for the role of Sonny, which is the eldest son.
And then the guy who plays Sonny
auditioned for Michael. They even show Martin Sheen auditioning for Michael.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah, he was garbage.
Yeah, I don't think he was feeling it. He wasn't that good in it.
Yeah,
even the way Pacino was doing it at first, he was way more calm, I think.
I think he looked not confident.
Yeah, I think he was having fun with Diane Keaton more than fucking getting into it. I'll bet you.
Hot.
Yeah, she looked good.
She's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
I'll bet you that audition was just like the because even Francis Ford Coppola was like, was it him? Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola, right? Not Brian De Palma did Scarface.
Mm.
But yeah, they were like, the chemistry was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had it, which is why he did a lot of the footage with him before he sent it to the studio.
Right.
But De Niro Sonny audition was fucking killer.
Yeah, well, we'll put it up, and then you guys can check it out. It's pretty fucking cool, man. Like, if you're a fan, which we obviously are. We've gone to podcasts where we have conversations about it. So
it's a chance to see if you've ever had the thought of, I wonder what it would be like if a different actor played that role.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I could think of several movies where I thought, well, actually, I really can't, honestly, because whenever I think of, like, good movies, it's hard to picture somebody else playing that role.
Hey, here's a little tidbit. Did you know that fucking Danzig was requested to audition for Wolverine?
I heard
in the original X-Men.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, but he couldn't make it because of some tour. Imagine if Glenn Danzig ended up being the Wolverine that we see Hugh Jackman as. That'd be fucking hilarious, man.
I'm just trying.
I mean, he kind of fits it. I mean, short, stocky. He wears chops all the time.
I was trying to think of one of the lines that Wolverine says, and I was gonna do the Danzig scream.
Oh, dude. Hey, Bo! No, that's a good one. We'll have to edit that in later. Anyways, yeah, my Thanksgiving was pretty good, man. What are you thankful for, Bo?
I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for Fat Greasy Porn Stars and putting a post on my band's page that's all about me. So enough about me. Let's talk about me. And a person who speaks about me or
Speaks
him.
to you.
No, well, yeah, I guess he speaks to me. Well, he speaks to all of us, I think, in a weird way. Anyways, we're talking about a show called Brokmire, starring Hank Azaria.
Great Hank Azaria.
Yeah, I mean, he's known for being the voice on The Simpsons.
And also, he's a character actor. He's been in a bunch of like side roles for movies.
Yeah, he's the voice on The Simpsons of Apu and several others.
He does Duffman Mo.
Oh, he does Mo. Anyhow, Brokmire.
Look,
And then that's what we want to talk about because he's always with the whole Apu thing that's happened recently because of Hari Kondobalu. He goes on interviews for this show he's created.
Based off a character he created.
Yeah, and they all ask about the Apu thing, and we really enjoy the show. And he talks about the show being like one of his greatest achievements. He's older, and Bo and I kind of really like the guy for that. Like, he went out and did his own thing. It's really not your average TV show as far as content and subject, and we think it sucks that he kind of gets overshadowed by that whole thing. So let's talk about the show.
Like, all right, you fell in love with it right once I showed you it, right?
Right.
It's a fucking great show, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Give some background, Bo.
I don't want to overstep by saying this, but this is just, again, my opinion. Not since Breaking Bad has a first season of a show just been hitting it out of the park. Baseball reference being that he is a baseball announcer in the show, but every episode was just a fucking home run for me.
Right?
Like,
No, he.
I'm sorry, I had to do
Play
it.
ball.
But you know what I mean? It's every episode was just really good. It was better. Every episode was not better than the next, but it was good. The show constantly gets good.
So basically, the show is about a guy who is he's pretty good, well-known baseball announcer along the lines of, I couldn't really name it because I'm from LA, so all I know is Vin Scully.
But he's on his way. He's on his way to the major leagues.
Yeah, he's in the major leagues.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
he's in Atlanta or something like that, and he basically Kansas. He's basically decent, good baseball announcer who's on his way to becoming a legend if he would have just kept his nose clean or whatever, and his wife ends up cheating on him.
Right? Oh no.
And
not just cheating on him.
He catches her in the middle of an orgy. Okay.
Catches her strap on deep inside of his neighbor.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't done that? Come on, guy, just get over it. But anyways, basically he has a meltdown in the middle of one of his broadcasts during a baseball game. Well, and it starts from there, and he kind of just loses his whole career.
It's very significant you have to point this out, though. During his meltdown, while broadcasting the game, he is still hitting every play-by-play.
Right, yeah, I know.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's
great.
like, he's talking about his wife being a whore, then, and a pop fly to left field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Slider just misses.
Score, bases loaded, shit like that. But he's doing he's calling the game while basically laying out everything.
Telling his story, yeah.
And,
he ends up losing his career, his credibility, and he disappears off the face of the earth for 10 years.
And then this woman who owns, it's like a single A team or a double A team, something like that. One of the lower levels of minor league baseball.
And I mean, this team is like the lower.
Lowest
I mean,
of the low.
Like they're on a city that's.
They definitely hired locals.
They're built. The city's on top of a fracking site where they basically just pump a bunch of shit into the earth so that they can harvest the gases that
gas.
yeah
Oh god.
so it's just like a really shitty place, and he comes back after 10 years thinking, hey, it's been 10 years, let's give it a shot. It's his passion. And all the meanwhile, he's been going all over the world, calling different sporting events, down the cockfighting, just doing a bunch of drugs,
sleeping with whores,
sleeping with prostitutes,
multiple
men. He kind of insinuates that, but doesn't say
yeah.
And he basically comes back try to recover himself, and he comes to find that
he's internet famous.
Yeah, in 2007 when he had his meltdown, was when viral videos became a thing, and he was one of the first viral videos. So nobody forgot about him.
Yeah, supposedly his meltdown made it, and then he also had a meltdown at a press conference that was just epic.
Yeah, and they show all of this.
Well, let's not kill the show. Let's not.
No, it's the first episode, man.
But
I mean, they just got done with season 3.
They just finished filming season 3. It's not out yet, but
yeah. So we finished watching season 2.
Point is, this show is great.
I mean, that's pretty interesting already as it is, and like we always talk about when we introduce this show to people, that you don't have to be a baseball fan in order to really love this show. I do love baseball. I grew up watching it with my family, but I feel like if I had no clue about it, some things I wouldn't catch. But it's not about that. It's about this guy's dysfunctional personality and how he deals with his problems, and how well spoken he is. Like, he's just like, dude, what?
It's like watching
that ball couldn't get buried in a Jewish church because it just got tattooed.
Jewish cemetery.
Oh,
yeah.
Jewish church.
No, his the Godfather references is so good in it.
Right.
But basically, this guy, he's pretty much a world-class announcer who hits rock bottom and tries to build his way back up. And in the end of the first season, he does actually succeed at doing that. Also on the side, he finds out that, a lot of people do dig his improvised rants, and they tried to make a podcast for him. And that is one of the reasons why we decided to start our podcast. Not really, but...
No, I mean, I think it kind of was.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy, and I think we have some stories to tell. This one isn't one of our story podcasts, but we'll definitely get to that in the future, I know. We're just getting good at this.
Yes, we're still new.
Yeah.
But the show, it's... Definitely check it out. It's on IFC. I don't know what servers or what TV you guys might have, or if you just have
it's on
app.
Hulu. The first season's on Hulu. The second season should be coming out probably next year, maybe like March or so. I think
when the third season comes out, it'll probably
the
second season will be on Hulu.
I mean, to be honest with you, I hate to admit this, man, but Bo has it on his TiVo or whatever, and he's been telling me to go to his house to go watch it, and we kind of live a little far apart, and I've been between cars right now, but I illegally streamed it, and it was worth it. I'm not gonna lie.
Second season's killer, man. It's so good.
Really good. He's a scumbag, but he's a likable scumbag. Like, you just kind of root for him, even though he makes all these bad decisions.
Honest and likable.
Yeah. He's honest. Yeah. It's good shit. So that's definitely our little advertisement for Brokmire. I think it's a very underrated show.
Recommendation for something to watch,
yeah.
As opposed to last episode when we recommend something to definitely not watch.
Oh, you know what? Let me do a little recap on that. Okay, let me just make it clear, because I was not very clear. We had our drinks before the podcast. We're drinking now during the podcast, and it's probably why we're a little bit more clear. But basically, a Serbian film is a film about a porn star who was very good in his time. He became almost so used to sex, or just he became unsatisfied, right? Stops doing porn, gets an offer from some random, mysterious director who won't tell him what the plot or what he's going to be doing exactly in the film, but offers him a good sum of money, which he needs to support his family, who's struggling. And it turns out to be smut. It turns out to be very, like, impromptu. Like, he puts him in positions. He does put him in a position, let me tell you.
Newborn porn.
He puts him in situations where he doesn't know what's going on, and then he ends up doing something sexual but also violent, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, as we mentioned, to the point where he does end up raping his own child while his wife gets raped by his brother next to him, and it just even escalates from there for one last scene and it doesn't mean that scene is like extra like crazy, but it's just
a simple line.
It's just one line at the very end of the movie that is so fucked up. After all the things they've gone through, it's just this one line, and it left me on the floor with my hand on my forehead, just thinking like, what the fuck?
Say the line. Just give people that cringe.
Start with the little one.
Oh, God, I got chills up my back. I didn't even finish watching the fucking movie. I don't want to get there. Let's put it that way.
It's ugly.
Oh, man, I didn't think we were going to talk about Serbian film. Thank you for bringing up Nightmares again.
It was worth a second mention, man. I mean, in a weird, fucked up way, it was worth a second mention.
You could say that again.
We'll talk about our next subject. We had the pleasure of playing for the young kids over in Orange County on Santa Ana for Instagram page. I forget the kid's name that runs it, but OC Punks. You can find it OC Punks on Instagram. And it was a great little show.
It was really cool, man. Like, this is a fun, quick 20-minute set that just, we leveled it. I like to think we killed it that night. Aside from me not doing so well as far as the ladies and, you and Pigeon getting hit on left and right.
That's not true, man.
But I think it's because I said I'd fuck that fat kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Orange County doesn't do well with the...
Sodomy?
Sodomy? Yeah.
Because I didn't say anything rapey, did
yeah,
I?
It wasn't rapey. I mean, he kind of put himself out there.
Yeah,
you heckle, man. You're going to get fucked.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just the way it plays out, man. Fuck.
That's how I learned.
But the OC kids, right?
Yeah.
Who can ever forget, right? I mean, a winking asshole's a winking asshole. Smile and wink, eh?
You're tickling me. Stop.
Let me get my finger back.
No, we were on stage and some kids started joking about something and Bo ended up with the line and it's hard to like take it into context without knowing what happened before, but he said, "Hey, I'll fuck you" or something like that.
I think he said, "I'll fuck you for free" or something.
I'll fuck you for free. Oh yeah, I said it for the money.
But it was a really good show. The kids out there, young adults.
They're kids. No, they're like in the. I think the average age there had to be like 19, 18.
Yeah, I was really scared to hit on any girl or even talk to a girl without being like, all right. Well, somebody did shout.
Can I see some ID?
No, 15 will, what is it, like 15 will get you 25 or some shit?
Oh, shit.
And I was like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely got to be on my game tonight.
Definitely beautiful people out there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of even the guys, there was a lot of good-looking dudes out there.
Good-looking girls, good-looking little punk rock boys.
And we sound really weird right now, but...
Oh, you can't help it, it's happy, good-looking kids, you know what I mean? Fuck.
Yeah.
So this is not painting us in a good light. It's not Let's stop saying kids, I'm telling you. Young adults.
Yeah, some of them were legal, for sure. I checked some IDs. I brought my black light that night. I usually just take that for motels.
Side tip. If the ID is laminated, don't trust it.
Yeah, but anyways, it was off of 4th Street, I believe. 4th and Syracuse in their downtown area in Santa Ana.
It was in a walk-up, too.
And it was upstairs. It was like their downtown area, so there was businesses all around us, restaurants and whatever, but it was like this one, what would be a hallway, except there were stairs, and it almost felt like 3 stories of stairs.
It was pretty high.
2 stories of stairs. You'd be on the 3rd floor at the end of it. And we had to carry our equipment up there, which was wonderful. But, I mean, it was a small room. They had a whole thing going on. The kids participated, even after the fact. Like, there was a couple chicks that were on the bottom with their homeboy, and we gave them stickers and stuff. And they were like, hey, sorry, like, nobody was getting into it for the first couple songs. And we're like, you don't gotta apologize. Nobody even knows us, Like, oh, nah, but, you guys are, like, the 3rd band, so they should be, like, ready to, like,
but I also think people were fucking listening to us, too.
Right.
They were,
I don't get mad at that stuff,
Our first time playing out there, too.
Yeah. It was a great experience, is what we're saying.
They responded really well to the ska.
Yeah, that was surprising. We tried to stray away from that only because, like, the other bands were very, like, high energy and, like, very...
Not to mention we had a 20-minute set, so
heavy.
We kind of really had to...
Yeah, so we tried to, like, put our quick, heavy songs in there, try to keep the vibe going.
Whatever we can really play the most of,
And they responded to it pretty well. I mean, and I'll just say it like this, man. You have something like that, it was pretty small for the amount of people that were there, which was awesome, by the way. They have a very good participation rate as far as people showing up. They didn't,
small as in venue wise, but there are people hanging out outside all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Like also like people weren't just hanging outside after their friend's band played. Like a band started, they went up and they fucking they stood in there and they fucking listened and they pitted, and it was great. It's just it's what it's all about. Everybody was cool, no fights, and yeah, I mean aside from me not having a drum seat and looking like fucking like a little person, aka midget.
Yeah, it was. I was like kind of shocked you were playing the way you were.
It hurt my legs.
The guitar case helped though when you're sitting on that.
I miss my lung, Bob. Yeah, no, it fucking sucked, man. Playing with a seat like that low is not the business. Let me tell you, your legs get all tired, your fucking arms get all tired, and if you're 31 years old, your ego gets tired because you're out of breath. And all the kids are like, "He's like, all right, you open that window for him, man. Open the window for the old guy."
Yeah, dude.
That was nice of him, though.
We fucking gave Pigeon a lot of music that day. It was good.
Yeah.
Pigeon is starting to come out of his club. Like, I think we're forcing him out, which is good.
Yeah, he should be showing up any time now. And I say that, and then I'm going to edit all this right now. I say that because he should be showing up soon, and hopefully we can get what we're trying to bring back to the scene, the infamous Sac-Tap.
You know,
if we have to re-record it.
God, what show was it that we did where the kids were doing it afterward? There was a band that was doing the Sac-Taps to each other. And I was like, I was smiling so much. I was just like, I hope they saw us and they got that from us.
Yeah, I know it's a band that we played around before.
Yeah.
But we've been, as of late, taking it back to the high school days.
Junior high.
And touching each other in the genitals. But it's love taps. It's like the love tap of men.
It's all good fun.
I mean, there's a lot of good qualities to the Sac-Tap. First of all, back to overpopulation.
Like, yeah, big time. If you really want to like stop, I guess. When you say stopping overpopulation, it goes back to genocide, and you can never paint genocide in a good light.
Dude, if you're gonna do genocide, it starts with sperm, man. Sock them in the face, like Nazis.
Or the balls, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what I hate, Flo? I hate when people like put up shit like, we were at the Anaheim party, and they were like, anti-fascist or fuck and no racism zone, or like people put up something so obvious and something that like
might as well.
It's like easy likes on the internet. You know what I mean? Like a chick goes and puts her tits out or like dresses real extra sexy or bends over in front of a camera. You know, she's doing that not because she's trying to make a point. Which that podcast I was going to listen to, Bill Burr, he does this really good point about girls on the internet and like the times that we live in, and like that whole argument of like, oh, let a girl express herself, like, and like show, if you gotta show it and all this stuff, and like, oh, you can't tell girls what to do with their body, and that's true. But however, we live in a time where you wouldn't see that kind of stuff anywhere except for like on magazines, where you didn't know where this fucking girl was or hangs out or anything like that. And we live in an age where it's a lot more easy for guys to just perv, and there are those fucking predator guys. And hold on, I'm sorry. And when you put yourself out there, there's no other reason that you do that, or female, even males, that
it's attention. It's attention.
Other than attention, and it really doesn't add up or make it worth it to do that. When there are those people out there, not only that, you don't find the guys that you really want that are going to treat you well. When a guy sees a fucking girl on her tits and ass all fucking, looking good, he's not thinking, God damn, I'm going to treat her so good. I'm going to bring her flowers every... No. He's thinking, I'm going to fucking have a lot of sex with her and it's going to be really disgusting. I might want to get it on film and make some money off of it.
I'm going to fucking fuck her face, make her gag on my cock, and then splooge all over her butt.
Yeah, somehow. Dude, and if she's into pink blood, I'll punch her in the fucking kidneys if she's into that, man. You're pretty.
You can't. That's a whole thing that if I go down, I'm gonna end up definitely coming off like a sexist asshole.
No.
And I don't want to.
No. See, that's the thing that is a problem too. We're too scared to say things because of all of this carefulness on not to intrude on other people's rights, and that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, everybody's putting their shit out there. I get what you're saying. Everybody puts their shit out there. Don't comment on it. Don't say anything on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm showing my fucking tits off. I'm putting my depression issues out there on Facebook. Anything like that. You know what I mean? And it's just, you're doing it for likes. You're doing it for attention.
For attention and validation in what you feel. And, you know, half the time that people put up things, I brought this point up to you one time too, they don't put up any specifics. They put up very vague things.
Oh.
There's always two sides to the story. And, of course, when you put that up there, people are going to agree because you're going, me. This is what I feel. But, I mean, I think it's just as much of a responsibility as for us to, like, be careful what we put out there and just keep it for entertainment and being happy. It's also us that go ahead and agree and, like, man, yeah, you're right. You know, like, I don't know the story, but you poor thing.
That's bullshit.
And it justifies people, dude.
It's like, all right, we don't have to name names in particular, but, you know, like, Instagram models, you know what I mean? Well, let's call them what they are, Instahoes, you know what I mean? Fucking...
Oh, Habitual line steppers.
Hey, shout out to...
Hey, you know what? We're going to end this podcast with
HLS
with Instahoes.
But, you know, it goes back to these women... Alright, the one I'm talking about in particular... And I've seen several of them, actually. I'm sober now, you know, I want to thank you all for being there for me. It's been a tough time for me. I want to message them so bad and be like, well, what were you fucked up on? And you already know what the response would be. What does it matter? You know, I don't think someone's too... Well, you're already putting your bullshit out for everybody. Why are you just doing a half-assed job about it?
I mean, let me know.
You can't expect me to not be curious. I'm pretty sure other people are like, why don't you just go the full 9 yards to say everything? Mm-hmm. Put it out there. Stop fucking doing this whole entire half-ass. I want attention created to me, but when someone wants to know what's up, fuck you. You're invading on my privacy. This and that. It's like, I didn't invade on shit. You kind of let it open.
Here's the other side to that, though. She has made a living off of that. Like, people paying attention to her and giving her money so that she shows off her body parts and has sex on camera. And the Instagram and social media stuff is a medium of advertisement for that. So, I mean, think about it like a soap opera. You have your sex scenes, you have your drama. You know what I mean?
Like, but in the end, it goes back to, like I said, it's one thing to be a professional page. It's another thing to put your personal bullshit out there. And if you're going to do both, you got to expect both. You got to expect the whole entire, fuck yeah, she's hot, I want to fuck her. And then, you know, the negativity that comes with it, I don't want to hear your bullshit. I just want to see you naked. Mm-hmm. Or worse, you know, they want to troll her and do this and that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of made that post the other day into the kind of part of that.
And I fucking hate pity posts. I hate posts that are just screaming for fucking pity and, you know, like...
Oh, we suck. Oh, man, we're so not... Oh, my voice is shitty. Oh, man, I gotta learn guitar better. No, you're good. No, you look great. Oh, no, don't say that. You're like one of my favorite... I love that song. Right?
You know, thanks for you guys who showed up. I'm sorry we sucked. Maybe we'll play better next time. You know,
no, you guys were great, dude. And you're fishing.
You're fishing. All of these it's what it goes back to. All of it is fishing. You're just fishing for attention. You're fishing for comments. You're fishing for likes. Hey, it's a great way to fucking get your name out there, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. I think it's shitty. I think it's more shallow than the people that are going to look at you and be like, we only like you for your looks.
Right. No,
that's more shallow than the fucker who's going to be like, I only want to fuck her because she's hot, not because she's fat.
No, I fucking completely agree with that, man. This is to all you motherfuckers out there who happen to listen to this, which I know there will be like at least 400, according to the studies.
Let's not sell ourselves short. We're looking at like 500,000 here.
Yeah. Well, I don't like to brag, all right? Look, I'm sorry this podcast isn't that good, you guys. I'm sorry that...
We're trying our best, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry that we drink alcohol while we do it.
We'll get way better, dude.
We just really care about you guys, and we do this for you.
You know, we just want to get ourselves out there, you know what I mean? Like,
we're not the best looking guys, and our band isn't that good either. And
I am.
If we have to like play naked so we get better shows, we'll do that.
I will totally take my top off just because, you know what? I respect me as a person, and I think you guys need to respect me too.
I will play without my pants on, and I'm not circumcised, so I'll...
Hey. My eyes are up here.
I'll unroll it the whole time. It'll be really awkward looking, but... I'll do it for you guys.
Are you gonna do that trick where you like put the quarters in it and like peel it back like you're dropping?
No, I saved that for Thursday nights at Rocket.
Thursday nights at Rocket, ladies and gentlemen, Pomona, downtown.
Shout out to Danny Rocket. Oh, I shouted out. Ooh.
Ooh, you snuck that one in there past me, didn't you?
That's gonna be a $5 charge, Angel.
Oh, come on, D.
No.
Pigeon's here.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Pigeon.
Yeah. You're the fucking dude.
He came in the middle of the podcast. You've been only recording for about 69 seconds right now.
Really?
Yeah,
say
man,
hi,
like,
say
it's
hi
been
to the
epic.
radio land.
You gotta come over here though.
You have to come over here a little closer. Oh shit!
Are those new Vans?
These are motherfucking new Vans.
Those look good, dude. Shit.
Ooh, they look good.
Damn, crisp as hell.
That's gross, huh?
Yeah, it is
Is
pretty
that
gross.
spider bite?
That's when I had that fucking hole.
Ooh, nasty.
idea.
You nasty as hell.
Huh?
Those OC kids really dug us, dude.
Give a fuck.
Okay, hey, we gotta really work on the Kato song today, okay?
Yeah, the Kato songs definitely gotta come through.
I gotta finish that shit.
Okay, line is song.
Oh, Keto. That food's in Vegas right now?
What time is it right now?
It's early
5?
still. 5? Alright, we gotta like
Oh, we got time.
squeeze this in a couple hours.
What time you trying to fucking take off?
7.
Like 7 or 8,
Yeah.
latest.
Yeah, bitch, tell me work.
I work at fucking 2. I gotta be at work at like 3.
You suck to suck.
Shit, I get paid fucking time and a half though. Bitch ass. What, bro? Hey, come here, girl. That's right. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
You fucking stained ass shit.
Yeah!